Hello everyone, this is Jay Reese. Thank you for coming to my channel Beyond the Label. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. So today we're going to be talking about coping skills for anxiety, two of them. So I have made another video talking about the different kinds of anxiety and what it's like for me personally to be living with them. And I will link that video down below so you can click on it and it'll take you to it, and you'll get a chance to hear me talking more in depth about anxiety and the different types. But for today, we're going to be talking about two coping skills. We're going to be talking about breathing, and we're going to be talking about grounding. So what is grounding and why does it work? So grounding is being very aware of the sensations in your body, using your five senses to relax, to bring back the focus into yourself. And this is a way that we can reduce anxiety when we do it properly. Now, in my experience, when I first learned about grounding, it was all very zen. And it was like, close your eyes and hum and like twirl your wrists and pedal your feet. And like, I don't get very mild anxiety. Generally, it's pretty revved up to the point where I get attacks. And so for some people, that grounding where it's just you and your body connecting and feeling and sensing and closing your eyes, if that is enough, I suggest that you stick with it, that you do it. Become very good at it. But for me personally, I need to kind of kick it up to the next level because, as you guys know, I don't know how to half-ass things. So there you go. That goes for anxiety attacks too, I guess, apparently. Anyway, so let's get started. This is a little pouch that I carry in my purse. Ladies, if you have a Ziploc bag, that works really well too. So we have to engage the five senses in order to kind of get our brain to focus on something other than the anxiety that we're experiencing. Because anxiety, as you guys know, is a very mind-body connected, full experience. And so we want to sort of, fight it with the same thing. We want to engage our mind and body all together and invest that energy in something that's going to help us feel a little bit more relaxed. So, first thing is my sense of taste. I carry around some Altoids. Altoids is not paying me to make this video. Okay, I'm getting nothing from them except that it really helps me to find a strong taste in my mouth. And then, oh, before I forget, one quick thing. You know that game where you go around the table and you're supposed to memorize people's names in order, so you're like, Beth and Shirley, Beth, Shirley, and Tallulah, and you're supposed to like memorize the names? That's sort of the approach that I take to grounding. So if I'm engaging my sense of taste, then I'm going to continue focusing, paying attention on that, and then I'm going to add until I get to the five senses. So, and you can do it in any order. I'm just kind of picking from here. And so for my sense of hearing, this is what I do. I hope you guys can hear it. So. Okay. So this is the White Stripes, but you can go with anything. Basically, I just carry music around in an old phone, an iPod, whatever. And I choose, depending on my mood, I have a playlist called Anxiety because it makes sense to me. But it just depends on what I'm in the mood for, and it helps. It's something that's familiar. I know, I tend to know the words, or if it's rhythm like that particular song, it has a beat that I can breathe to, move to, pay attention to. So that's what works for me when it comes to sound. And then for touch, I have these beads here, and they're kind of round and flat on the bottom. I got a bag full of them at the dollar store. So most of the things I have gotten from the dollar store. And I think that they're meant to be put in like, containers for plants or fish, I don't know. But they're very smooth, and on the other side, sometimes they have a little bit of texture, and most of the time they're cold. But sometimes if I manipulate them enough, they get warm. And so I might have all 5 of them and engage them in my hand, or I might have 2 in each hand. And they also have some balls that they sell, like metal balls that you can do this with, but I don't remember what they're called right now. But and also they can make noise. So they're just like one of my favorite things to kind of feel. When it comes to engaging your sense of sight, it's tricky because some people close their eyes when they ground, first of all, and that's okay. When I do it though, I tend to see in my mind the reason why I'm anxious, or just some things that I don't care to visually have in my head. Yeah. Anyway, so what I do is I think about the things that I see, and I think the clock is round and it has 12 numbers, and there are 4 of those numbers that have 1s in them. I might think about the blinds and how some of them are vertical and some of them are horizontal. I might think about colors. I might think about different things that I see. So, you know, you're engaging, you know, you're still with your Altoid, you know, you're still manipulating this and, you know, playing your song, or if you're in a place where you don't have these things, I'll talk to you a little bit more about how you can still engage in grounding. So for my sense of touch, besides these little beads, I also have a little Velcro roller, and the texture is not particularly, it doesn't really feel good, but it's not about it feeling good. It's just about it being, you know, you want your brain to go like, oh, there's something else going on besides the anxiety that I'm feeling. And so that's definitely very, very tactile. It's prickly. So when you're doing this, you want to describe to yourself what it is that you're feeling. Don't just do it. Be intentional. I love that word, be intentional. And so for my sense of smell, I have crayons. And they're Crayola crayons because I'm elitist that way. I know. But okay, so a long time ago when I was in kindergarten, I was painting or coloring a picture of a turkey for Thanksgiving. And I remember it was just a really good day, and I was coloring, and I remember the smell of the crayons. And for those of you that don't know, your sense of smell is the quickest way to trigger a memory when it comes to senses. And so I carry them with me, and I smell them, and then I do this. No, just kidding. I don't do that. But, you know, it's awkward, though. I mean, like, you're sitting there going, you know, like this and chewing on Altoids, and then you got that on your pinky, and, you know, you're listening to, you know, Eminem or whatever it is, and that might look weird. So you have some options. Find some privacy, a closet, a bathroom, or just basically don't give a shit and do what you have to do to de-escalate yourself and make yourself feel better. So anyway, so that's what grounding means to me. That's what grounding could mean to you. If you're in a place that, you know, you don't have access to these things because, like I said, ladies, Ziploc bag, purse, ready to go. But maybe for the gentlemen, those of you that don't wear purses, that's a problem. So if you're in a place that has a table, feel the table. If you put your heel out and kind of raise your foot at the knee, engage those muscles, feel them. You can still look around and use your sight. You can smell. If you're in a very sterile place that maybe you're really not smelling anything, you can think about a smell, and you can recall it and use words in your mind to recall it. Let's see, what am I missing? The sense of sound, right? Your hearing. Maybe it's white noise. Maybe it's the air conditioning or the ticking of a clock. Perhaps it's birds outside or the barking dogs that always bother me when I'm recording. So, I mean, we have to be resourceful. We just have to be. So if you have any ideas that maybe I didn't think about, be sure to put them in the comments down below, and maybe we can share them with other people. So that was coping skill number 1. Coping skill number 2 is breathing. So a lot of people don't know that when human beings are in pain, in shock, or just experiencing anxiety, you know, we hold our breath, we do this, and then we scrunch up, right? And that's why sometimes if we're very anxious people, our shoulders will get really knotted up and stuff like that. But breathing is incredibly beneficial. I cannot stress that enough. And in my yoga class, we use one type of breathing, but that's different than the technique that I'm going to teach you today. So there are different ways to talk and teach breathing, and everybody's going to be different. For me, I like to do it in a 3-to-5 ratio. As long as your exhale has more counts than your inhale, you're okay. Because what you want to do is get that CO2 out, and you also don't want to breathe into a paper bag, because that's just breathing in the CO2 right back in, and that's not a great idea. So I'm going to teach you how to breathe. I'm going to demo it for you, and then we're going to do it together. So before we do that, we have a very thin sheet of muscle called the diaphragm. It's about as thick as a dime, and it helps support our lungs. For those of us that sing, we'd like to think that it's quite strong. So when we breathe, it's like filling a pitcher of water. It fills from the bottom up, right? So if you're breathing and you're doing this, it's not correct. For the purposes of relaxation and anxiety, that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is smell the roses, breathe through our nose, and blow out candles, let it out, or exhale through our mouth. And what we want to do is push the air in through our heart, down to our belly, expand our belly. We're just gonna let it hang out, because at this point we don't care, okay? And then slowly let it fill past our heart, at our shoulders. Here we can hold it, and then we can go ahead and exhale. So these little timers, if you have kids and they have board games, you can steal it from them, or you could get your own if you want to at the store. They're really easy to get a hold of, but you know, you get one that's like a 2 or 3 minute one, and you can use it. They're small, you know, and you can use it to breathe too. So that's one way. Or you can just decide, okay, I'm gonna take 5 rounds of breaths and do it that way. So I'm going to demonstrate for you. So remember, I'm going to inhale through my nose, smell the roses, blow out candles. I'm gonna push the air down through my heart to my diaphragm, expand my belly, and then fill it up, hold it, and then exhale for 5 counts. So it's gonna look something like this. Okay, so now we can try it together. So remember, smell the roses, blow out candles, 3 counts in, 5 counts out. Make sure that you expand your belly and you start filling up from there. So on 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Great job. Okay, I don't know what that sound was, but just ignore it because you're breathing here with me, so stay with me. Great job. So that is a free, easy, just wonderful way to really help us relax our body. If you choose to hold your breath in between your inhale and your exhale, that's fabulous. That's more oxygen that you're getting to your body, so it's a good thing. I hope that this was helpful. I hope these skills are something that you can practice, play around with them, make them your own. And don't forget that I will have the link to that video that talks about the different kinds of anxiety and my experiences with that down in the description box. You guys can just click on it. I hope that you like this video. I will make more of these. And yeah, comment if you have a suggestion. Make sure you hit the like button if you like this video. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Bye.